Okay, do you want 2024 to be the best year ever? I want to give you now the top 10 reasons why loving and liberating at the same time all the things that have happened in 2023 are going to absolutely be the game changer that you're looking for. Okay? You have to understand everything that's not just happened in the last year, but that has happened in every year before that has happened not to you, but for you. All of it happened for you. If you look back on everything that's happened in your life, everything, there is a common thread that you will be able to see woven through the entire process. If you didn't meet this person, it wouldn't have led you to this, which you met this person, which then gave you that opportunity, which taught you this lesson, which then led you to meet this person. Like everything that's like, think of just one thing. I know you have lots of awesome things that are going on in your life. Even if you're like, I have nothing going on good in my life, you have lots of awesome things. I want you to think of just one of them. Okay. Now say you started a relationship. Say you ended a relationship this year. One or the other. Okay, let's do it in the form. All the best lessons come in the form of people. Okay, so let's just dive into that. So it's like, okay, you either started or ended a relationship this year. And I want you to think back and go, okay, what did I learn from this situation? Because you learned something. Even if you're like, maybe it's fresh and you're freshly into the relationship or you're freshly out of the relationship and you're like, I don't know, guaranteed there's lots of lessons that you learned. Okay. But think back and go, okay, how did I meet this person? What happened? Oh yeah, I went to that event that my sister invited me to. I wasn't really going to go, but I went and I ended up meeting this person. Okay, well, what happened before that? Oh, well, that night I was supposed to go to this party, but it ended up being canceled because of whatever reason. Okay, well, had I gone to that party instead of this, I wouldn't have met this person, or I wouldn't have broke up with this person, or whatever the situation is. But start thinking back. What led to what, which led to what, which led to what, which led to what? Okay, because everything has this like string of events or circumstances that happened that led to whatever it is that you're like, I freaking love it or hate it or whatever now. Okay. During the 12 months of 2023, I know we're in the 12 months right now, but we're wrapping them up, right? In those 12 months, there were a ton of things that like seeds that were planted along the way. And even to make room for those seeds, there were some weeds that you pulled along the way to like make room for them. Okay. And in that process, you just like what I said, you made room. Okay. So what can you love on? What can you clearly see? Like, yep, this worked, this worked, this worked. I love this. I loved meeting this person. I have a new friendship. I got a new job. I started a new business, whatever. Okay. But then what were the things that you gave up, or maybe haven't quite given up, but you're like ready to? You're like, I can't even anymore with this. You're ready to like liberate yourself from them to make room for more goodness. Okay. Loving and liberating on the past, not just going, oh, that happened to me and that happened to me. And like, if you keep the attitude of everything's happening to you and not for you, be prepared, I promise you, for it to keep happening to you. Because you'll just keep giving the same lessons over and over again until you learn them. You may have broken up with somebody this year, but guess what? In 2024, you're going to attract in the same type of person, have the same type of relationship, and the same shit's going to go down. Same stuff, different body. They might have a different name. They might have a different job, same circumstances. Guaranteed. You will attract it in. You'll keep doing it. So my suggestion would be to stop doing that. Learn the lesson. Take it in. And then I'm going to go over, I want to tell you 10 reasons why this is crazy important. The first and really obvious one is the emotional healing that you're going to get on it. Okay, when you reflect and embrace any of your past experiences with love, it'll contribute to an emotional healing. And if you don't heal it, you will attract in the same thing over and over and over again. But the best part is you get to heal with self-compassion. The second best thing is it's going to give you this learning and growth where you can easily see that thread that, oh, this led to this, which led to this, which led to this, which led to this. You'll be able to see it. It'll be so obvious. When you start looking back without judgment, it's the kicker, you can identify any of the valuable lessons that you got from each thing so that you can go into the next circumstance ready, not attracting the same stuff over and over again. It's also going to help you to release any of the things that are actually holding you back. Okay, so if you picture in 2023, you strapped on a backpack and throughout the course of the year, you started putting rocks in the backpack, all the heavy things, right? This person died. This rock's called grief. This person broke up with you. That rock's called grief and fear of loss of love and fear of whatever. Maybe you lost your job and that rock is called fear of poverty. Okay. And then throughout all of those, it's rock, shame, rock, whatever, guilt. Okay. When you start liberating yourself, what happens is it's literally taking the rocks out and tossing them. They're not yours. Instead of viewing and having all of this emotional baggage, you get to literally just lighten your load. And how you think if you have a backpack full of rocks, anybody who's carried their kid's backpack after school, you know what I'm talking about. Feels like it's full of rocks. It's heavy. Do you imagine? It feels so good to put that backpack down. But half of the rocks you guys are carrying around that we're all carrying around as humans, they're not for us to own. They're not our rocks. They're rocks that other people have put on us. Your parents give you rocks. Your teachers give you rocks. Your exes give you rocks. They're and then you start creating your own rocks. And when you start liberating yourself, it creates, number 4, some resiliency. Okay, recognizing that challenges and setbacks are part of the human experience. But it doesn't mean you failed. The truth is you can't mess this up. You can't. Instead of viewing the difficulties as obstacles, you begin to start seeing them as opportunities. What did I learn from them? And start leaning into and building strength off of them instead of letting them be just another rock in your backpack. Number 5, it's going to start improving your present life and your future. Are you cool with not living the same like year over again on repeat? Like maybe a few things change, but really nothing changes. Fact is, everything changes constantly. When you love and liberate your past, it will automatically start impacting your present and your future because it enables you to make decisions based in this clear state without the backpack. Okay, so you can start to foster a more positive and intentional life versus letting just everything unfold and you feeling like you have zero control over it. It's also, number 6, going to allow you to have more self-compassion. Okay, rather than being overly critical of yourself and what happened and, oh, I can't believe I let that happen to me again, blah, 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 blah. This allows you to, like, again, liberate and love on these past things and start loving yourself. This means treating yourself with kindness and understanding. This level of self-compassion, like, which is an absolute mindset, by the way, this is what's going to support your entire life. And then it will lead, if you find yourself, maybe you find yourself turning into a cup half empty kind of person. Likely you've been hanging around with cup half empty people. Might want to pivot that one in the coming year. It's going to help you, number 8, to cultivate a more positive mindset. Okay. And when you start embracing and seeing, turning all the things that you think didn't serve you into things that did serve you, you then start setting the stage for more awesome stuff to start coming in. It's going to improve your relationships. Maybe you're like, I didn't start a relationship. I didn't stop a relationship. I just have all the same relationships, but they're feeling kind of stagnant, or they're like, I'm just kind of bored with them. When you learn not to judge self, you will automatically then open the door of not judging others as well. And what will happen is you'll start to let go of some of the stuff that was weighing you down. Some random grievance that you had against somebody. All because you're cultivating love for self, you then can cultivate love for somebody else. Number one thing, people always ask me, well, how do I have no problem loving other people. Okay, but your challenge is, can you look at your own self in the eyeballs and say, I love you? Can you do that? As the bile rises in their throat, as their eyes fill up with tears. Okay, you can't love others the way you think you love others until you've loved yourself, period. And even your like habitual thoughts might be going, oh, that's conceited, or that's no, I want you to be self-centered, tapping into the center of yourself. Despite what you've been programmed with and taught over the years, you think about it, like whoever taught you that, look at how their life turned out. Was it rainbows and unicorns? Unless it was, you're probably not going to want to take that advice. And that's the thing. Think of all the advice that you were given by like well-meaning people that loved you, that over the last year that is not serving you. Yet you're hanging on to it like it's friggin' gospel. And the 10th thing that doing this process does is it's going to increase your self-empowerment. Nobody wants to rely on other people. Nobody does. We think we do, but we don't. Nobody does. Everybody wants to be self-liberated, self-actualized. That's the actual human goal. The act of liberating yourself from the past is so empowering. And what it does is it allows you to take control of the narrative. And you start actively shaping your future intentionally versus letting everything just take its place. You decide what your health looks like. You decide what your relationships look like. You decide how you earn money. And you deserve to be obsessed with them all. Obsessed, like not even just like I love them, like obsessed with them. Every single aspect. Are you? If not, you're going to want to do some loving and liberating. Don't worry, I got you covered. On Monday and Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, I am hosting a workshop where we are going to love on 2023 and we are going to liberate ourselves, myself included. So I'm going to drop in the chat where you can register for that. And I will see you guys there. And we're just going to next step, change our lives. Deal? Awesome.